In today's video, I'm going to discuss top 5 entry-level oud fragrances in my opinion. Let's go.
Rob 619. Coach Rob 619.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Coach Rob 619 back with another video. And like I said in the opening, I'm going to discuss the top 5 best entry-level oud fragrances in my opinion. So going through making this video and looking at the top 5 lists I put together, what I noticed is the majority of this list is all niche. So it's kind of contradictory saying entry level and niche in the same sentence, because we all know niche fragrances are expensive. So what you're going to have to do in this case is you're going to have to look into a lot of Facebook groups that you guys may not be familiar with, because in the Facebook groups you can get a decant of 10 mil, 25 mil, 30 mil, or whatever you want, and sometimes they sell the whole bottle itself at a discount. So a lot of the fragrances in my collection I never pay retail. I get it from some reseller in one of these groups or online, FragranceNet and all these sites. So that's what you're gonna have to do with this list, because it's been my experience that most designer oud fragrances aren't that great, and it's just the niche ones happen to do the note well, or at least well to my nose, because I'm a person that really don't like oud. So I have to find specific fragrances that actually mesh with my skin and just smell good to me, and that's kind of mass appealing. So those are the type of oud fragrances I look for. That's what I'll be discussing in this video, so let's jump right into it. And before I start, I got 2 honorable mentions. I don't have the bottles, so that's why I'm not adding them to this video, but I do have samples of them, and I actually enjoyed them. And number 1 will be 24 Gold Oud Edition. So if you haven't smelled that one, look for a sample or something. I think you can go to their site and get some samples for free or buy them for cheap. Look into that one. That's definitely a good oud scent. That's pretty much mass appealing, smells real good. And number 2 would be Macy's French's Kurkdjian's Oud Satin Mood, another great one that I think will be a pretty good entry to it. It's expensive, but I think it'll be a very good entry into the note of oud. Now coming in at number 5, definitely the most cheapest on this list. It's the only designer on this list, and that's Perry Ellis Black Vanilla Absolute. Great oud scent, very entry level. Very safe scent to purchase to get into an oud note. You don't get a lot of oud, you get more vanilla, booziness, and amber. But oud is in it. You can detect it a little bit. This is definitely a safe entry level into oud fragrances. Now coming in at number 4, this is a hate and love fragrance for me. Like sometimes I hate it, sometimes I love it. It just depends. It always changes on my skin. Every time I wear it, it's weird. It's the only fragrance that does that. That's Amouage Jubilation 25. And like I said, these are expensive, these fragrances, but you can find deals. I think you can find a tester bottle of this on FragranceNet.com for like $135. So you don't have to pay that $335, $350, whatever these normally go for, at most retailers. You can find it somewhat cheap. And this is a great, oud. It has oud, it has some berries, it's kind of fruity, it has a nice incense in there, real mature. This is definitely something that you may have to, if you're used to wearing fresh and citrus and aquatic fragrances like me, or just safe designers, this is something that's definitely going to challenge your nose. But I think this will be my first one. If I want to challenge my nose and get into oud, this is probably one of the first ones I go with. Now coming at number 3, another safe oud, another compliment getter. This one is Mancere's Oud Lemon Mint. You're going to get a nice citrus, you're going to get freshness, you're going to get that little oud in the base. Smells great. And anybody looking to jump into the oud note, this is probably one of those fragrances a lot of people won't tell you, oh, I can't detect oud in it or whatever. There's oud in it. You're going to smell it a little bit, but it's just not overbearing like a lot of oud fragrances could be. So if you're looking to jump into the oud note and you want something in your collection that has oud in it, check this one out. Great one. Now coming in at number 2, another one. I don't know if you can get this one for discount, so you definitely got to get a decant in one of them groups that I earlier mentioned, because this one, everywhere I looked, is expensive, and that is Xerjoff's Cavour 1. Great oud scent. You get caramel, you get peaches, you get a lot of sweetness, fruitiness, so you get a lot of other notes that combines with that oud, and it just makes a magical scent, man. This is definitely a good oud that I think, if you want to jump in some, and if you're buying niche fragrances anyway, look into this one. But this one, and number 1, is probably the hardest to find at a discount, so I definitely recommend getting a decant from somebody of this. But it's definitely a great oud fragrance, great juice. Now coming in at number 1, this is my favorite oud fragrance. Definitely hard to find a discount on this one. So again, I recommend a decant. But I did see in some of the Facebook groups that this was going for about $165 for a 100 ml bottle. So you can find it around that range. And this is my favorite oud, and that's Oud for Greatness. This is definitely a great oud fragrance. Smells to me like Baccarat Roll 540 with an oud base in it, but you're definitely gonna get compliments with this. You're definitely gonna love it. I think if you hate oud, you still like this. Like me, if you hate oud, you can still enjoy this fragrance. Definitely good. Look into this one if you're looking to get into oud fragrances. But hey guys, that concludes my video. My top 5, you know, with the 2 honorable mention. Great oud fragrances to jump into if you're curious about that note, or you just, like me, grabbed a couple ouds and smell medicinal or smell like a barnyard, just skanky, and you're like, man, I'm done with oud. There are some great ouds out there, and I'm sure plenty of you guys in the comments will say other great ouds that probably are more affordable than the ones that I can find, but the ones that I happen to like always been these expensive niche fragrances. So what I would do, I would get a decant of it, see if I like it, a 10 ml, even a 5 ml, and then I end up getting a bottle. So you don't have to have a whole bunch of collection, but out of these one, find one that you really like and just wear it on special occasions, because most of them are not, you know, mass appealing, crowd pleasing scents, but these ones in my opinion happen to be. So if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Depending on what the lady say, it determines what I spray. Peace.